The trunk is the part below Dragon, and it's going to be extracted as part of the mission. I can talk about a little bit about the main mission here. It's essentially very similar to the last CRS-4 mission that we had in, I think it was September. Basically, first stage burn for you, what you see here when you sit on the launch site, is going to be very similar. It's going to be a close to 3-minute burn. Then stage separation, you will see the second stage ignite if the weather is favorable, and you will see the second stage continue for another 7 minutes before we get into orbit. In orbit, it will take us 30 seconds priming and maneuvering until we deploy Dragon. There's nothing different from the last mission as far as you can tell from the outside. There's going to be some differences after that, I get to that in a second. Before that, I continue with Dragon. Dragon continues for about 2 days. It's actually 44 hours on orbit maneuvering and phasing and height adjustments until it will be grappled by the station arm. Once it is berthed to the station, it will stay there for currently scheduled 30 days. About I think February 7 is the current release date, deploy date from the station, and then come back and get water in the Pacific, a couple 100 miles to the west of Long Beach. We will wait there with the boat and catch Dragon basically, and put it on the boat and bring it back to the harbor for further payload, down payload, in that case processing, and that will then be the end of the mission. So when the first and the second stage separate, the first stage will continue, and it will continue on a secondary non-mission critical I guess experiment to some extent. It will turn around, it will perform what's called a boost back burn. That boost back burn brings the stage closer back in. It will then continue to just coast. And as it gets closer to the atmosphere, it will perform an entry burn. The entry burn will slow the stage down, and that reduces the loads on the stage. So it's supposed to bring the stage then through the atmosphere, and that will be followed by a landing burn. And the landing burn is targeted to a autonomous spaceport drone ship. That is the official word